The day the rain came, a 7-year-old boy looked at his mother and asked, "Who are you?" At first, people laughed. They thought he was joking. Children say strange things. Children imagine things. Children forget things. But then another person forgot. And another. And another. By sunset, dozens of people no longer recognized the faces they loved. By the third day, parents were forgetting their children. By the fourth, people were forgetting themselves. The villagers believed the disaster began with the rain. They were wrong. The disaster had begun 31 years earlier, when a desperate man made a bargain. A bargain for rain. A bargain paid for with memory. And every bargain eventually comes due. There is a village in the old country that has never known drought, while the land around it blistered and broke, while mothers counted grains and fathers buried children. Oguta village drank. Every harvest full, every river running, every year, on the same day, at the same hour. The rain came, not like weather, like a visitor who always kept its word. The people of Oguta called it a blessing. They were half right, because blessings arrive freely. This rain never did. Her name was Adaeze, daughter of the late Chief Obiora, the man Oguta called its greatest elder, the man who had kept their rain falling for 30 years. She had grown up hearing his name spoken like a prayer. She had never had reason to question it. Once a year, on the day the rain was due, Oguta celebrated. They called it the Festival of the First Drop, a festival of thanksgiving, or so they believed. No one asked what they were giving thanks to. No one asked who was receiving it. Then the clouds came, and the first drop fell.
Who are you?
What?
Who are you? Why are you standing next to me?
Emeka. Emeka, it's Mama. Emeka, look at me. It is Mama. I am your mother.
I don't know you. Get away from me.
Emeka's fear exploded into panic. He turned and ran from Ngozi, straight into a villager's arms. As he fled, he screamed, "I don't know you. Someone help me." The drums stopped. The village fell silent. Nobody understood what they had witnessed. Not yet. Because disasters rarely announce themselves. They arrive quietly. One missing memory, one forgotten face, one impossible question. And by the time people realize something is wrong, the damage is already spreading. Within minutes, it spread. The forgotten ones did not disappear. They were still there, talking, crying, begging. But to everyone else in Oguta, they were nobody. Nobody had answers. The elders argued. The forgotten ones stood at the edges and watched the people who loved them fail to find them. Then someone arrived. Not running, not afraid, not confused. A man who looked less surprised than everyone else. As though he had been expecting this day. For a very long time. Nobody knew where he had come from. Nobody had seen him arrive.
The debt has finally come due.
Debt? What debt?
The kind that grows while nobody is looking. The kind people mistake for a blessing. The debt has finally come due.
Nobody slept that night. The first day after the festival, people forgot friends, acquaintances, neighbors, the people on the edges of their lives. It would have almost been bearable if it had stopped there. Day 2. People forgot spouses. 30 years of marriage. Gone before breakfast. The cruelty was not in the forgetting. It was in the being forgotten. Day 3. People forgot their children. There is no grief that compares to it. To look into the eyes of the child you made and find no trace of yourself there. Day 4. People began to forget themselves. Not their names, not their faces in a reflection, but the thread, The feeling of continuous self that connects who you were to who you are now. People began to drift from themselves, and the ones around them couldn't tell the difference, because they were drifting too. While the village panicked, Adaeze searched. Her father had been meticulous about every document in this room. She had grown up among them. She knew them all, except this one. The old man was waiting, as if he had known she would come here, as if he had been waiting for a very long time.
What is in it?
The original agreement.
This is not my father's seal.
No. It belongs to what your father agreed to.
31 years ago, 7 years of drought. He went alone? My father went alone to make this?
With one elder, 2 men deciding for everyone.
In exchange, the village will contribute memory, annually, in small portions. They were supposed to be told. It says here, within 5 years, the village was supposed to be told.
Yes.
But they never were.
No.
And that changed the terms.
A bargain made by a village is a village's debt. A debt shared is a burden. A debt hidden becomes interest. Every year he chose silence. The debt grew. Every year the village remained ignorant. The price increased.
What we have seen this week
Is not the original price. This is what 30 years of silence costs.
because people were never told the truth?
No. Because they were denied the choice.
Every song they couldn't remember the words to. Every face that softened before they meant to let it go. They thought it was aging.
That is what the debt counted on.
What does it want now?
The same thing it has always wanted. What was promised. The truth. Spoken publicly, completely, without omission. Or the collection continues until there is nothing left to collect.
How long do I have? Can this still be stopped?
Nature forgives many things. Balance forgives none. The storm is already gathering.
Then he left, without comfort, without reassurance, without telling her what would happen next. Because some truths solve nothing. They simply reveal the shape of the problem. And now Adaeze knew exactly how large the problem was. Truth has a strange effect on people. Some are relieved by it. Some are destroyed by it. Most try to find a way around it. But there was no way around this one. Not anymore. The village was splitting. One side said, "Protect what remains." The other said, "There is nothing left to protect." And one elder stood in the middle of it all, holding 30 years of silence like a stone he could no longer lift. The keeper of balance did not wait for the village to finish arguing. It spoke in weather, and now it had run out of patience. The stranger walked into the silence, and for the first time since he arrived, he did not wait to be asked. He looked at Adaeze, and she understood.
My father made a bargain 31 years ago, without your knowledge, without your consent.
Oguta was dying. 7 years of drought. Children were already buried. He found a way to save us. And I have to believe, that he intended to tell you. The agreement required him to. Within 5 years, he did not tell you. The rain was never a blessing. It was a loan.
And we have been paying for it all our lives. Every song you couldn't remember the words to. Every face that softened in your mind before you meant to let it go.
Every dream you woke from and couldn't hold. That was not time. That was payment.
I am telling you this because you deserve to know from the beginning. And the only honest thing I can give you now is the truth. All of it, without omission.
Is that enough?
I hear it.
I hear it. The truth.
For the first time in 31 years, the debt heard what it had been waiting to hear. The truth, spoken openly, spoken completely, and something in the sky changed. What came next was unlike any storm Oguta had ever seen. It was not punishment. Punishment seeks suffering. This sought balance. It was settlement. Every year of silence, every hidden season, every small memory taken before its time. The stranger, gone. No footprints, no farewell, no explanation. Only absence. The kind left behind when a task has finally been completed. The debt was settled. The bargain ended. The rain stopped. The people of Oguta spent 31 years living beneath a miracle. Now they had to learn how to live without one. She did not remove her father's name, but she had a new line added beneath it. He saved us. He also kept from us the cost of our salvation. Both things were true. She decided the village deserved a complicated memory, more than a simple lie. There is a difference between a village that has forgotten how to survive and a village that is remembering. It came without announcement, without a festival, without a bargain.
Mama, look.
It came honestly this time.
There is an old saying, a gift that costs the receiver nothing usually costs someone else everything. Oguta learned this the hard way. The rain they called a blessing was a debt. The miracle they celebrated was a contract. And the comfort they enjoyed had been purchased with memories they never agreed to give. But they learned something else, something more important. The truth may arrive late. It may hurt. It may undo years of comfortable lies. But the truth remains the only thing powerful enough to end a debt built on silence. Some villages inherit land. Some inherit stories. Oguta inherited a debt and paid it with the truth. This has been an untold African legend. If this story found you today, perhaps there is a reason. Because somewhere, in every village, and in every life, there is a truth waiting to be told, and a debt waiting to be paid. The next village is waiting.